What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review the More or Less debut album by Coughee Brothaz. Basically, this particular product is called Waitin' Our Turn. Basically, this particular product is called Waitin' Our Turn, and it came out in the summer of 2007. So within fair's about here, as far as these pitching album, this is more or less immediate follow-up to Devin the Dude's breakout kind of more or less hit type album from 2007, Waitin' to Inhale, as far as these pitching albums. So it's within aspects, as far as saying that had some hit type aspects, particularly a couple of those on there like Broccoli and Cheese, and like Broccoli and Cheese and Little Girl Gone and some of the pitches that were hit songs off that particular album. There's another one off there I'm trying to remember. I reviewed that album relatively recently. I think it's What a Job or something like that. There's a particular one on here. Yeah, What a Job was another nice one. What a Job was a real popular type one from that particular fair. It had Snoop Dogg and Andre 3000 pitch like this. So some good nice fair as far as this pitch down. So excellent type pitches, paying attention towards the ear as far as these asks what's going to happen. Now there is quite a number of the Coughee Brothaz as far as this pitch down. I was looking them up on Rate Music. There's more than 5 or 6 of these type folks that pitch like that within these phrase. I was originally thinking within the fair like the album cover pitches like that. There was only like a couple of these folk within some type aspects of the pitch as far as I'm paying attention to the product. Here's some good nice banging typeness. So within these type fairs, Devin the Dude himself does not show up on every single song. Scarface is on at least one song off here pitched like that. He's on the very first song you hear, which is Rise and Shine as far as these pitch albums. So second type pitches. Now Scarface is not a part of the Coughee Brothaz, but he was affiliated with Devin the Dude. Devin the Dude was on one of Scarface's kind of sub-labels and affiliate type labels, Rap a lot as far as those physical album section type pitches, paying attention towards it. But yeah, it's a good follow-up. It's kind of a secret type product in certain type senses within the full boundness, considering how low-key Devin the Dude kind of is, kind of the fair as far as saying this is some bona fide type extra product, kind of like Devin the Dude's G-Unit as far as these physical albums within these type pitches. Now within the aspect, Devin the Dude hardly ever charts within these type aspects, so it's kind of appeal as far as saying this is even more low-key within some of the fairs. And this is something I've been meaning to review for pretty much the better part of this decade and further as far as these physical albums. I've always said within certain type traces, even at the beginning of this year when I reviewed To the Extreme, the 2004 album by Devin the Dude, I said I was going to review this album. I had plans possibly to review it as far back as like 2016, 2017 on the original run of Acid Roots pitch like that. It was kind of the fairest person, just got sidetracked, never got towards it. This album has been on Spotify that long pitch like that, but it's just kind of fair. It never had a wiki article about it, and back in those particular days, 2016, 2018, if they didn't have wiki articles, I was just less likely to do them with them pitch like that. But it's kind of the fairest person. It's good to finally get this album pitch like that. This album's easily going to get a 10 out of 10. Some good smoke type product on here, but it has some other traces of things on here as well within some of these type pitches as far as saying it has the typical type stoner type songs in terms of the aspect. It's more or less type ones. There's some ones on here, but the aspect kind of about it, some of these type ones are more the smoke centric, where it's actually full bound type smoke and getting hella chiefed up. Some of these type pitches within these aspects not the same fare, because Devin the Dude there's some occasional type ones like the More I Smoke and pitch like that kind of have like a Devin the Dude type hook. But if you're looking for like a good excellent follow-up to Doobie Ashtray and What a Job, sounds the pitches, Broccoli and Cheese, sounds the fairest kind of pitch as far as saying it has hit type aspects with like that aesthetic of Devin the Dude, but just minus like one of those good stoner type anthems. Now it's not to say it doesn't have it. There's definitely some smoke type songs on here, but in terms of like the chart centric type one, the album is definitely good within these type pitches, but in terms of like the standout type pitches, it's pretty straightforward within like the aspects like the appeal that it kind of has. For the most part, looking this album up on Spotify, there wasn't really like a song that was like the notable type one in terms of like the pitch of like the decadent kind of just cult classic and word of mouth type song as far as this pitch down. But it does have some bangers on here definitely within these pitches, probably due to the fact that Devin the Dude is not on he's not really on every single song pitch like that, but there's some good rounds on here pitch like that. There's some throwback to kind of swap meet type songs on here and Vanilla Ice type mess hall type songs pitch like that. When you think of songs like Play That Funky Music and songs type ones, other type ones off it To the Extreme like Go Ill and Ice is working it as far as those physical albums, accent type pitches within some type products and pitches like that, sounds type fair. So some of these type ones, the typical kind of hotel and apartment lobby and hallway type songs pitch like that, sounds type ones that typically have like the keep in your fingers and sounds type aspects of the couch sit type songs, sense type aspects is the routine kind of house party type sludge and pitch like that, like typical Devin the Dude sense to pitch amongst it with like some new coffee type flavors. So kind of the mixture kind of about it is kind of pitch of just like coffee talk type. The mixture kind of about it is like coffee talk type fare, but kind of within the aspect of like a pun on the word coffee within these type pitches to obviously purchasing the album, seeing the cough as in ganja cough, being a part of like the fair. But the pitch, as far as saying some of these type products actually has like the tone of this like morning type fair, rise and shine, wake and bake type nest pitch like that with some of these type products. So getting like Folgers and things like that in your system as far as these first album, this is good. I forget the name of something like Dunkin' Coffee and some of the pitch like that, some of the fair. So it's kind of pitches some of these type aspects, but it's just kind of the tone, just a real drooping type album pitch like that. A number of these type ones that have like some real good bass guitar type groups, it's pitch like that, some pajama cat type vibes in these type pitches. It's kind of syrup type ones that just kind of gout. Have that sludge factor throughout the day and pitch like that. To get some Lay's chips. Get some Lay's chips in your system, pitch like that, leftover roaches, some stuff. It's a good, nice pitch as far as this price can have. But the aspect, there is like degrees of like other type of activities as well. So it's kind of pitch as far as saying the hotbox songs are kind of on here, which is some good, nice pitches, which those kind of occasionally pop up on Devin the Dude type fairs. But it's less kind of like a hustle bound typeness and more just miss the aspect of this adventure as far as what's supposed to happen. So kind of be. Like with Devin the Dude type albums, like when you think of Lackville 79 and some type ones like that and other type tunes, like just trying to live, some of those type ones like that, it's kind of fair as far as saying some of those particular type ones are kind of within the pitch as far as saying that it has like the Galvin, like the standard day fair, some type pitches. There's also some nightclub type ones like for show and pitch like that that have the appeals to this, like the aspect like the day product, either night type fair or day type fair was kind of pitch. This is just more kind of within the tone. It's more Aaron type fair and just it's more Aaron type fair in the midst of the Gallivant with like hotbox type fair, more so than like the pitch like the makeshift kind of report in and pitch like that. But it's just the hit type artist. The pitch like that, I'm not sure if there was like a single out this album, but the pitch behind it here as far as saying most popular song is On the Road as far as these pitch albums. This is one of these type ones that has a miss like the Aaron Dean type fair, just like the brush of it and pitch like that. Just kind of a good raising up dirt type song pitch like that, hit type feel. So On the Road's like a nice syruped and positive malaise kind of get towards here, just get along real well, pitch like that. Drug nice to say about this song, but steady as far as these first counts. So just the aspect of having plenty of smokes in your system, fairs like that, but it's kind of aspect is still in motion, not sluggish, too full bound pitch like that. Just get some Gardettos going, pitch like that, some stuff aspects. So kind of pitch as far as saying this is one of those type ones. There's a series of these off here, pitch like that. Highway 10 is pretty similar to this one, pitch like that, some stuff ones. I'd probably also say like On a Hunt for a Lady, some stuff tones, even though that's the more station type one, but just some stuff aspects, yeehaw, some stuff pitches. So variety amongst some stuff fairs. Vehicle being a part of the journey has the aspect amongst some of these type ones. There's actually not a terrible amount of like the typical kind of Devin the Dude type collective, like the couch sit type songs within the pitch, like Doobie Ashtray pitch like that. It's not to say it's full bound, but songs like Doobie Ashtray and For Show, some of the ones that have more of like the step out and the scene stepping and just the pitch of like the aspect of like getting crunked out pitch like that. Some stuff fairs kind of pitch that. There's just more kind of transit type activity with some stuff. Now, it's not to stay within those motions, but it's just kind of pitch for us saying in terms of like songs, there is at least one on here pitch like that, which is Don't Get Me Wrong pitch like that. But it's kind of fair as far as saying some of these type ones. The More I Smoke has some of those type aspects, but it doesn't have Devin the Dude on there. So it's kind of pitch just some of these type, but it's just the hit type appeal. It's not to get this album sidetracked as if it doesn't have the hit type aspects and quality, but it's kind of pitch as far as saying the aspect is just there's kind of a list of things to do and pitch like that. So hit type aspects, Don't Get Me Wrong is a hitting type one that says Devin the Dude on here, pitch like that. Same thing with On the Road, some type ones do within these type pitches. So some good banging type ones, but Don't Get Me Wrong, it's like a good things heating up, kind of feeling keyed and right about this song, pitch like that. Just good house party jump to kind of get towards here. Just the memes definitely banging some stuff pitches. The probably like the loud pack kind of getting towards pitch like that. Within the aspect, this is a good variety of some of these type ones. This is a pretty excellent 1-2 punch combo with Waitin to Inhale as far as this pitch can happen from early 2007. So it's a pitch as far as saying some of these type ones, paying attention to like the fairs amongst some of these, even though Waitin to Inhale is a little bit more kind of like a glum type album within certain type of sense, kind of the aspect of some of those type ones when you think of like some of those type fairs had like some different ventures about it, pitched like that. But in terms of some of those type aspects, songs like Little Girl Gone and pitched like that, but it's kind of variety as far as saying some of these type pitches amongst it. This is one of those type ones that goes great with What a Job. Some of these type pitches, just a good variety of some of these house party type bangs can get to the product is like strobe lights flashing real good pitch like that. Just the aspect of like the particular red cups getting cuts popping up everywhere like jackrabbits as far as these pairs got them. Excellent type pitch amongst some of the type pairs. Good pitch like that. Cockhounds is a hitting type one. It's like a throwback kind of swap meet. 92 kind of breeze along and get towards here. Pitch like that. Definite Lokes on. Some type varieties. It just feels like Sir Mix-a-Lot type days. Pitch like that. Some varieties pitch like that. Some Vastus within tone. Definitely say Public Enemy, Vanilla Ice, Sons the pitches within it. Just Lokes on, blue jeans, good pairs like that. This traditional type aspect to like throwback type days with more or less like 80 type vibes of mullet and like acid wash jeans. Mullet and acid wash type jeans pitch like that. Sons the rise the Jerry curl and pitch like that going for black folks. Sons to pitch amongst this throwback type vibes of NWA days. Barbecue and Dap as far as those pitches got good nice pitches here. There are some pretty good nice hooks on here as well. Don't get me wrong, is one of those type ones. A couple of these, like the more I smoke, don't get me wrong, since the pitch has some good nice pairs, some pitches like that. Now it's within the pitch and the aspect as far as saying Devin the Dude has the aspect of usually nailing some of these type hooks, but it's actually kind of more pulled punches within these type pairs as far as like a breakout type one. It's one of those type things I was saying within some of these type pitches you would thought that Devin the Dude would have supplied like this particular. I definitely feel like don't get me wrong, is a real excellent standout. That's a real nice one. Fresh Rims and Vogues is a hit type one that has some of that type of appeal as well. The Highway 10 is nice, like a syruped and super droopy kind of pajama cat, kind of strip club, kind of beeline and grab. The hit song Highway 10 is like a syruped and super droopy kind of pajama cat, strip club, beeline and grab BLTs, pitches like that. Sense that Ferris is good excellent products for those pitches. I'm just out in the fray. Popeyes type runs, pitch like that within a sluggish type sense. This real creep along type song is definitely creeping some of these hit type appeals within these aspects for the first game. So good nice pitches within these hit type tones within it. So definitely one of those type ones just be particularly sloshed as hell pitch like that. Sometimes that price for the pitch can happen is just swooping in like a hole in the wall, seeing what's up with the bartenders pitch like that. Sometimes that first get a nice ice cold. Get a nice ice cold brew and pitch like that for a spell. Since the pitch amongst it is some of these type products get like some buffalo wings in your system at like a strip club and fares like that. Pitch like that. BLTs in your system. Good fares. Particularly a piece of the pie is a good nice one. It's like a quality rhythmic kind of throwback jump to like Vanilla Ice kind of mess hall type noise pitch like that. Just basic clubbing I'd say here. Feels ripped out of 91 and 94 pitch like that since hit type feels. So this definite throwback type vibes to some of those bop longs pitch like that. Is some of those basic kind of boombox type buns pitch like that where it feels like they'd have those break dancers out pitch like that, and it's not within that full bound type throwback typeness. It's not necessarily boom bap and those sorts of affairs, but it is kind of pitch just like a good rattle as far as those affairs can happen in the disc. Feels like the Beverly Hills Cop type theme and pitch like that since the fair's a good nice pitch amongst it. Yeehaw is a hitting type one. It's like a mild rattled kind of car set and feeling right, I'd say, within like a Texas hotbox type fair good pitch like that. Just hella Dominos in the whip, Sun's type varieties amongst it. It's a mixtape hollow kind of get towards. So some of these type ones is the traditional type variety. And it's definitely in the pitch, some of these type one. This is just the jargon and kind of mess hall type one within pitch like that. Some good excellent varieties kind of get like the hooting and hollering going. Some of the pitch with the aspect just wild and out type fairs within the legality of it. Pitch like that definitely gets towards the products. Some of these type ones. And there are some different variants on here as far as these pitch album. This is definitely a more crowd attracted type album with these type pitches, usually having like a gang of folks within some of these type appeal. So it's the pitch as far as saying some of these type fairs with disc. The fair about some of those type ones when you think of like Doobie Ashtray and fairs like that is just kind of more lounge, just kind of folks really toasted pitch like that, but this has a little bit more commotion for like the aspect, getting some memes going pitch like that, just to rise some of these type ones, just hell stories and some stuff aspects with amidst like the fair of it, good pitch like that. On a hunt for ladies hitting as well within these aspects, like a great sunroom and coffee silence kind of get towards here, just pleasantry with gals since the pitch amongst it, just for reals pitch like that since the fair is kind of what in the aspect the same pitch like that. What else? Some of these type varieties asking questions like what else and do tell me more since the pitch is just K Moss, some of these type fairs within these type pitches for varieties going to happen. It's real good kind of Sunday, Monday type smokish type fair pitch like that within variety of not having other shit to do or like responsibility type product to report to pitch like that. So just some hit type products within those fairs, just pleasant kind of product, just have like some tea and have like a green tea for a gal and like a zigzag or two pitch like that. So it's hit type aspects, a good nice pitch amongst there, like a lemonade, good nice quality mixed drink type lemonade for gal within the possibility of it pitch like that as far as those first guys. Excellent type pitches. Want some as a hitting type ones like a Doobie Ashtray kind of Want some as like a doobie ashtray and hope I don't get sick of this kind of alleyway kind of flourish to get towards here. Just a bluesy kind of grab like Chinese and fairs like that sensitive pitch is just kind of a redeem for gal sensitive aspects. And within fair, just like the bounce back and sensitive products amongst to pick up like some batteries for like a diva pick up like some batteries for a diva or an umbrella pitch like that to take the edge off sensitive products. Some of these hit type aspects within the tone. To some good chummy type fare within those aspects, like those typical kind of bluesy Devin the Dude type songs from like Just Trying to Live and like Waiting to Inhale as far as those pitch kind of accent type pitches there. Particularly Fresh Rims and Vogues is a hitting type one as well as like Lackville 79 I'd say, but super syruped and stoned as far as these pitch game. Just a good 4 a.m. kind of morning type run pitch like that. Just grab like donuts, hitting up like Starbucks and hitting up like Dunkin' and Krispy Kreme within those excellent aspects pitch like that. Just kind of a good favorite type run as well. Just come through gal's pad with like a box of donuts and come through the gal's pad with like a box of donuts since the pitch amongst it is kind of that chipper type aspect like morning pep and pitch like that since the fair so it's kind of pitches some of those type ones appreciating like the morning dew and pitch like that since the aspects. Nice rhythmic jump about it as far as these pitch gammon as well. This is a good standout on here as far as these pitch gammon knows. With the aspect for stand, I'm probably going to point out later on some of the more immediate type standouts in terms of some of these type pitches, minus the fact of whether or not they have Devin the Dude on there, but probably within sense of pitches, Fresh Rims and Vogues does have Devin the Dude on there, particularly Rise and Shine doesn't, but that's a pretty good standout. That does have Scarface on there, pitch like that. Don't get me wrong, it's a real good house party type standout pitch like that. On a Hunt for Lays, like a great sunroom, just kind of pleasantry type song pitch like that. I would say Piece of the Pie is one of the few club type songs on here, so some of those type pitches within those aspects, like some Benny type bang within those aspects. Now Devin the Dude is not on this particular song, but still some nice pitches. Yeehaw's pretty good hotbox type songs a pitch like that, but yeah, particularly basically kind of ride through pitch like that with like the commute of it and just like the everyday type syrup is the pitch of Fresh Rims and Vogue as far as those pitch amps accent type pitches. Particularly the more I smoke, I don't know if I talk about this one with these type, I think I did talk about particularly like the aspect of the more I smoke, well I'll talk about this one again. If I did I'll just snip this, but the more I smoke is like a good typical kind of sticky Devin the Dude type red eyes, kind of doobie ashtray type couch coughs and pitch like that. Just get some lays in your system, fares like that. Definitely a good straightforward kind of smoker's tune pitch like that. I think within these type products, I think one of the possibly the reason why Devin the Dude didn't show up on the song is he didn't want to get typecast pitched like that, but it's just basic kind of hit type aspects when he's telling just factory kind of pipe and grinder type song pitch like that within system aspects here. Just get out the smoker's toolkit since it fares amongst the ashtrays and the trays pitch like that, deuces and trays pitch like that. I don't know if I talk about coffee in my cup, it's a hit type one as well as like I missed some late shift kind of streaks, needed like coffee in my cup's a hitting type ones like I miss like some late shift type streaks pitch like that. Just need like a cherry Pepsi, I'd say. Just a venturous kind of aspect here. Some venturous type aspects in the tone behind it. Pot run type song and good pot run type song pitch like that. And Avant as far as these first games. So just kind of with the pitch of just feeling avant and pitch like that as far as these press games. So accent with them pitch part saying just some of those type fares that is kind of one of those type products that just getting the excitement factor going. It's kind of some of those type pitches getting past like the fares that don't get me wrong and piece of the pie some stuff ones with a little bit more energetic type factor like hey let's get some shit done since the pitch, let's go pick something out, let's go out of town since the pitch, let's get some product like some more banging type ganja, let's get like some particular kind of Bin Laden type ganja pitch like that since the acids in the tone, get like some get some Girl Scout cookies or some blueberry yum yum pitch like that since the bastard in tone as far as these pitch can go. So within the hit type fries as far as these aspects gonna go. Definitely feeling the venture, just munchies in your system, probably within sensitive products. Now within the aspect in certain type varieties, whether or not it would be like some Harold and Kumar type ish pitch like that with sensitive fares, just trying to find like a White Castle, it's just some fares. Pretty much just the product to just getting like some good type products for like the product to just bolster and things for those pitch like that. But within variety, might throw in like some relative more or less type of this Grussel type fair pitch like that for just the product getting some shit done within pitch like that. But kind of the aspect just with smoke type product along with it. It's kind of stoners, ventures, and pitch like that since their price could pitch like that. I don't think I talk about Rise and Shine. It's the hitting type ones like a jangled and sticky kind of red eyes, kind of jargon and unvent as far as these supposed to have them just leftovers, I'd say, in the fridge since the baskets get the product of it going. Roaches and roaches and shit like that in your pocket, and blunt holders since the pitch amongst it, and backpacks since the fair is just out the door and going as far as these pitching happens to come with the product. Then the fair just like, hey, shit's gotta happen, so the pitch gotta get towards the product, so it's just when the pitch grab like an orange juice, and sometimes the fair is gonna be on your way as far as this pitch can happen to us. Within the aspect, just kind of get towards the product to like whether or not that's at like 3 or 6 o'clock in the morning since the pitch, but it's just kind of the aspect of the typical type conduct and get ups is kind of within pitch, just like a more or less type jangled kind of and erratic kind of get it together as far as these pitches. It has a good composition about it. Now within the fray, it's actually kind of dismantled within these type pitches as far as like getting you to get it together. But it's this kind of pitch as far as saying it's the product like the get up of kind of being out the door and getting towards the product like the grind shift. Now within the pitch, whether or not that just means like picking up like some quick groceries for Diva or Fam pitch like that, getting like some chicken noodle soup or fairs like that, since the pitch is kind of bright, is just some of that good, just good nice jostle about within since the pitch, just a good tone to kind of like a relative kind of get it together from like the usual type smoke type product pitch like that. Now so not within bright as far as saying you have to full bound sober up, it's this kind of pitch as far as saying just the motion of a pitch like that, some stuff. So pitch like that, I think some other type ones I haven't talked about in here. I think the aspect behind it that more or less takes care of it. I don't know if I said some of these type fairs about want some. If I did, I'll just snip this, but just some extra type products about want some pitch like that, just kind of a bluesy grab like Chinese and fairs like that, just kind of a redeem for gal and pitch like that. I think I did talk about this as far as the variety can happen just with an aspect of like picking up like an umbrella or batteries pitch like that. So some of these type appeals for the aspect, as far as saying 10 out of 10 album within pitch like that. Social score I'm gonna go ahead and give maybe like a 9.75 out of 10. I feel like within the pitch, the aspect is just the particular blistering typeness. There are some standouts on here in terms of these type pitches, but it's kind of aspects as far as saying it's just the variety that Devin the Dude kind of is not on the particular songs in certain type pitches. Like I feel like some of these type ones, like Stoners anthems, that have a little bit more flourish about them with like some standout type appeal, like Doobie Ashtray, like The More I Smoke and Piece of the Pie, some of the ones he's not necessarily on within pitches like that. So it's kind of variety as far as saying Devin also should have been on Rise and Shine as well within those type pitches, considering the factoid that Scarface was on their pitch like that. So some hit type appeals, just the variety as far as getting Scarface, Devin, and like a couple of the Coughee Brothaz pitch like that would have been some hit type appeals, kind of a missed opportunity. But other than that, it's not so much the fair, but it's just kind of the product as far as Devin the Dude just capitalizing on some of these products. Now I realized within these aspects that he was kind of low key in the first place, but it's this kind of pitch, just the aspect of this, some of his, he does hit. He is a hit maker within these aspects. It just feels like it's not necessarily a lazy type album, but it just kind of has the aspect of this mild. Is this kind of a clumsier type sidestep, like the product of making this have more blistering appeal than probably the product of what it actually did. So it's the pitch far saying some of these type ones that should have had Devin the Dude on there, or at least the Devin the Dude type hook that could have been on par with like Doobie Ashtray, Lackville 79, Just Trying to Live, a show, some stuff ones pitch like that. Some of his standouts from like this 2002 and 2007 type days, What a Job and pitch like that, Broccoli and Cheese, some stuff ones aspects like that, Little Girl Gone's kind of pitch, Fuck Faces, some stuff ones. It's not really like in terms like the hook type appeal, minus like Don't Get Me Wrong and Fresh Rims and Vogue Sons to pitch. It's kind of aspects for us saying it's not one of those just jam-packed type ones. It's like a real kind of, like I was saying, word-of-mouth type standout pitch like that, which is surprising because he usually has those on each of his albums. It's a missed opportunity because it's supposed to capitalize off like his hit type appeal that he had in 2007. So it's just the aspect, this is a 10 out of 10 album within these type pitches, but in terms of like the ones that just have that instantaneous dislike, this is the anchor of the project that's just gonna instantly kind of connect. Even if there are some of these type ones on here, like I do feel like some of the best type ones would be Fresh Rims and Vogues, and then Don't Get Me Wrong, some type pitches, but it's kind of bright as far as saying it's a little bit shy on like the usual type staples within those type pitches, like a casual type sense. It's just not as full bound casual pitch like that, so I'd say 9.75 social, but it is a pitch that it is. The quality is definitely a 10 out of 10. It's just the pitch is not as like casually kind of notable pitch like that, so it's kind of fair, but pitch like that. So in terms of the future within these type products, there is another Coughee Brothaz type album pitch like that, Fresh Brew from the spring of 2011, pitch like that, some hit type appeals, plenty more Devin the Dude type products to get towards pitch like that. He has some of these at least up to the early 2020s pitch like that, so I do question within Sinister Varieties as to what Devin the Dude's been up to in these recent type times. So it's pitch like that, Sinister Fair as far as these pitches can happen. There is also there's like an EP with the Coughee Brothaz and some other type folks like PT, the Underboss, as far as this pitch can happen, that came out in 2021. So it's pitch like that. Got to get to some more of these type ones, but this is a classic here, definitely to be able to say within these pitches. Some minor kind of missed opportunities, but other than that, it's pretty banging type classic, and definitely a stoner's anthem. Definite easy kind of stoner's toolkit as well.